I spent the first half of my fitness journey trying to sort of master fat loss. I could never quite figure it out. But when I finally got there, it wasn't because I did some extreme diet or some special fat burning workout program, and I didn't have to overly restrict myself or feel that life was miserable. Instead, the things that got me to my goal were little habits and behaviors that I was adopting over time that I was able to stay consistent with. Things that in the short term might not seem very effective, but over time they actually pay off. And if you follow the plan that I'm about to lay out, you will see guaranteed fat loss results like you've never seen before. What is going on, guys, and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to lay out an 8-step plan that will actually help you lose fat, build muscle, and get in shape. If you follow these 8 steps and really give it effort, you will be blown away by the results. So getting right into it, tip number 1 is eat in a 300 calorie deficit. The sort of golden range for a calorie deficit is anywhere from 3 to about 500. The reason why is because we want a little bit of room to improve. So over time, we might be adjusting calories. That 300 deficit might go to 350, might go to 4, maybe 450. And then the reason why 500 is sort of the upper limit is because going over 500 calories in a deficit tends to lead to muscle loss and a slower metabolism. And that's one of the first things that trips people up is that they cut their calories way too low. So then sort of right off the bat in their weight loss journey, muscle's already suffering, the metabolism's already suffering. So it's easy to see why when people do this, they don't really make it very far. We want our deficit to be steady and slow. This will be much more effective at burning fat and preserving muscle mass. And if you need to know how many calories you need to eat, click the link below for a free calorie calculator. This will give you an estimate on where your maintenance calories need to be. Then you'll subtract 300 to be in that deficit. Tip number 2 is to start prioritizing daily movement. Another thing that trips people up when they want to lose weight is that they jump into some cardio routine or some like intense workout program. They think working really hard and burning calories is going to get them to their goal. This is usually unsustainable and it doesn't last. But focusing on daily movement, primarily step count, is a very easy and manageable way to start being consistent with movement, to start burning some extra calories, improve the metabolism. You want to try to hit anywhere from 8,000 to 10,000 steps every day. If you're only getting a few thousand steps per day, first focus on improving that. Slowly work your way up until you're able to get to that 8,000 range. And simple ways to get more steps: walking around when you're brushing your teeth or when you're on the phone, parking further away from work, from the store or the gym, going for a 10-15 minute walk after meals, and doing the opposite of what we all used to do when it came to carrying the groceries in. We all try to be Superman, carry every bag at once, but actually forcing yourself to take multiple trips is another very easy way to get more steps. Tip number 3 is strength train at least 3 to 4 times per week. Lifting weights and strength training is one of the most crucial parts to getting in shape, to losing fat. As you're losing fat, you'll be building muscle, so body composition is going to change. Your metabolism will be much more healthier, and also lifting weights regularly will sort of help to teach your body to burn fat rather than muscle mass. Because body fat is just excess storage, whereas muscle mass is active tissue. So if we're consistently lifting weights and we're in the gym and tearing up those muscle fibers, our body will be more primed to sort of prioritize those muscles and instead burn the fat. Even during that slight calorie deficit, lifting weights, strength training is crucial for weight loss. You don't have to lift 5, 6, or 7 days a week. You want at least 3 to 4 days. And you also want to make sure that you're following a plan. This way you know what days you're going to be working out, you'll know what exercises to hit, and you'll be able to be more consistent over time. Some examples of easy plans you could follow: if you're going to be hitting the gym 3 days a week, an ideal split could either be 3 full body sessions, or you could do 1 upper day, 1 lower day, and then 1 full body day. And if you're going to follow a 4-day per week plan, the best routine there is a simple upper lower split and hitting that twice a week. In each workout, you want to pick at least 4 to 6 exercises, lifting heavier in that 5 to 10 rep range. And over time, you want to make sure you're applying progressive overload. This is to ensure that you're progressing on your workouts and getting stronger. Easiest ways to do that are week to week, adding a little bit of weight, or doing more reps with the same amount of weight. But you want to make sure you're really pushing it hard and really challenging the muscles. Tip number 4 is getting enough protein. The ideal range you want to be in is zero point 0.7 to zero point 0.9 grams per pound per day. Protein, of course, is crucial for rebuilding muscle tissue and tissues throughout the body, and it also plays a role in keeping you full and satiated. So eating enough protein will also make a calorie deficit a little bit easier. And speaking of satiety, tip number 5 is fiber. The majority of people are not getting enough fiber. And we're talking natural fiber from food sources, not necessarily like supplements. So obviously things like fruit, especially berries, whole grains like oatmeal, beans, lentils, chickpeas. And when it comes to things like bread and pasta, choosing whole wheat over white will provide much more fiber. Fiber is incredible at filling us up and keeping us satiated. It also helps to kind of control and manage our natural hunger and cravings. So the more fibrous foods you eat, the less likely you'll be tempted by junk food. Aim for anywhere from 25 to 40 grams of fiber per day. Even in a calorie deficit, you will feel much more full, and it'll really help to turn down cravings and food noise. Tip number 6 is prioritizing sleep. Crucial for not only helping us to reach our fitness goals, but also for overall health and performance. This is when most of our recovery takes place, and oftentimes when people get crappy sleep, they'll notice the next day they might not be as motivated, might be much more likely to skip a workout, and it'll be much harder to choose those healthier foods. You want to try to aim for that 7 to 9 hours every night if you can, and make sure to set up a sleep environment, right? So dark room, no bright lights or having your phone in your face. You basically want to set yourself up for success. Tip number 7 is tracking your progress, not just using the scale. The problem with the scale is that it can fluctuate a lot, especially if you're losing fat and building muscle. Your weight can go up and down, and this can throw a lot of people off and kind of be discouraging. So it is good to use the scale to see where the general trend of things are, week to week, month to month, but you don't want it to be the only thing that you focus on day in and day out. Instead, be sure to include other methods to track your progress. So for example, tracking your workouts, writing them down, writing your sets, reps, how much weight you did, and that'll make it easier to apply progressive overload week to week. Another thing is to pay attention to how your clothes fit. Oftentimes, one of the first things we notice in sort of a fitness transformation is that our clothes might fit a little differently. Whether a shirt's more loose or maybe a little tighter around the arm, or a pair of pants feels a little bit bigger, how your clothes fit is a great indicator of progress. Another one, of course, is measurements. Taking measurements of your arm, your waist, your thigh. And then another great form of progression is progress pictures. Progress will happen steady, so you're not going to exactly see it by looking at yourself in the mirror every day. But taking at least 1 to 2 progress pictures a month, and then looking at them side by side, you will actually be able to see a difference. So improving in your workouts, measurements, seeing how your clothes fit, comparing progress pictures, these are all great ways to help track your progress. And then, of course, on the back end, have those weigh-ins that you can sort of see the trend week to week and month to month. And then the last tip, tip number 8, is consistency over perfection. This is another big thing that will sort of kill people's fitness journeys, is that they strive essentially for perfection. Perfection and also quick results. These are the 2 killers of fitness progress. It's important to know that we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna have off days, and progression is not linear. So right off the bat, you have to accept that you're gonna have bad days, you're gonna have days where you feel like you lost progress, you'll have days where maybe you feel like you went over your calories, you didn't perform as well in a workout. These things are completely normal. They're gonna happen and they shouldn't trip you up. And even when it comes to consistency, you don't even need to be perfect with that. So instead of being perfect or perfectly consistent, try to aim for being consistent most of the time. So let's say in a given month, you nail consistency, let's say 70 to 90% of that month. A little slip up or whatever here and there, no big deal. The important thing is that you recognize the slip up, know that it's not gonna make or break you, and then just allow yourself to get back on track. So there's my 8-step plan on how to lose fat, build muscle, and get in shape. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe for more of my fitness content. And if you're serious about your fitness goals and you want your own customized personal plan with accountability, link below to apply for online coaching. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.